My dear good people of Edo State,
A broadcast to close the curtain of his 8 years administration as governor of Edo State.
Grateful to God Almighty.
Former Governor Godwin Obaseki is thankful to the people of the state for reposing confidence in him for a 2-term administration.
Even though the task of governing Edo State has been a daunting one,
according to him, it was not an easy task, but he was able to meander his way to transform the state despite tough times from political gladiators.
When I assumed office as governor of Edo State in 2016, we were confronted with the choice of either to continue with the old order of administering the state or to undertake a new trajectory to grow and develop our state. We chose the latter pathway, even though we were aware of the dangers associated with such a choice. Today, the extent and range of reforms in infrastructure, the economy, building the institutions of state, and service improvement to citizens are proof of the fact that though we took a road less traveled, we have indeed made Edo a leading state in Nigeria. Let me, at this juncture, thank the good people of Edo State for standing firmly behind our government, even as we embarked on a very radical transformation of governance and politics in a manner they had never anticipated. When we came into office in 2016, it was clear that the social, economic, and political structures of Edo State were weak and needed to be fixed. However, it was not until we commenced the process of reform that it became clear that what was required was an entire systems reset.
Godwin Obaseki stated that his administration achieved a total overhaul of the system.
A key priority for us was to rebuild the institutions of state so that we can return Edo to its past glory. To do so, we needed to build strong institutions, not strong men or godfathers. Over the last 8 years, we have undertaken a total overhaul of how government works in Edo. Today, I'm very proud that Edo parades Nigeria's most advanced public service. Our investments in human capital development, the working environment, digitization, and institutional reforms have resulted in a civil service that is nimble, fast, responsive, future-focused, private sector facing, and technologically compliant.
The results of remarkable projects, Governor Godwin Obaseki says, are all evident as he takes a bow.
We now recruit staff on merit, and our workers are constantly upskilled and are well motivated to deliver best-in-class service to the citizens of Edo State and investors. We invested in building a state-of-the-art secretariat complex and other hubs. We built the John Odighionyegu Public Service Academy and other such institutions that will ensure that the gains made are sustained and our workers are motivated to perform optimally. We ensured that they receive the highest minimum wage in Nigeria. That is before the recent increase across some states. And we provide all other incentives to boost performance. One of our greatest legacies is reclaiming governance and land administration from non-state actors who had in the past undermined the progress and development of our dear state. We dislodged them from land administration and also from revenue collection by deploying technology, and we cut red tape and other corrupt practices. With these steps, law and order was reinstated in Edo, thereby creating the enabling conditions to attract investments and engender growth. In the last 8 years, we have significantly improved infrastructure across the length and breadth of Edo State. We built over 850 kilometers of state roads across all local governments in the state. We now generate almost 1,000 megawatts of electricity daily in the state. And with our new electricity law, we now have an electricity market which will attract more investors. In the area of digital infrastructure, Edo State clearly leads in Nigeria with a network of almost 2,500 kilometers of fiber optic cables across the state. In education, Edo State is now recognized as a pace setter in Africa and ranks with a few other countries in Africa. Over 15,000 teachers have been trained to use technology to teach almost 400,000 children in our public basic school system. Our children in Edo are now able to compete with their peers in Europe and Asia in basic literacy and numeracy, thus positioning them to be globally competitive. This, in my view, is my greatest legacy. These reforms in education are being replicated across other spheres of our educational system, thereby ensuring that we sustain the gains which we have made. We have prioritized technical and vocational education and training, TVET, and have rebuilt our technical schools to train the human capacity in vocational disciplines for the industrialization of Edo.
From achieving security to tackling illegal migration and unemployment, the ex-governor says he served committedly, reiterating that he had already laid the foundation for the incoming administration.
We also tackled irregular migration and human trafficking by setting up a strong institutional mechanism to tackle the root causes of this menace, while providing support for the reintegration of over 6,000 returnees. Today, I can confidently say that we have exceeded the 200,000 jobs which I promised when I campaigned in 2016. We have evidence that our efforts to reposition Edo from a civil service state to a state that is propelled by production has been a huge success. Our economy has grown from 10 billion when I took over office to over 25 billion today. Our internally generated revenue, IGR, will peak at 85 billion by December this year. All these are results of the groundwork we did to stimulate economic activities by attracting investments into the various sectors of the state's economy. Across agriculture, energy, manufacturing, real estate, retail, and technology, we have attracted investments that has transformed our state into an oasis of hope. As I leave office, I am leaving behind something which I wasn't fortunate to inherit. And this is a plan which will serve as a compass for the future. We have developed the Edo State Regional Development and the Benin City Development Master Plans, which will ensure that we have a directional guide on which Edo State's growth trajectory for the next 30 years will be based. We believe that this compass will ensure the sustenance of the developmental strides which we have recorded in the last 8 years.
Senator Mondo Okpewolo had since received the baton of governorship of the state from Governor Godwin Obaseki. Jude Aweke, reporting for VOS TV News, Benin.